Rebellion consuming the Conservative Party over the Rwanda bill came to a head tonight, but not much of one. The Prime Minister fought Conservative rebels as enough MPs backed his government's key Safety of Rwanda Bill at the third reading. Those in favour, 320. Those against, 276, a majority of 44 for the government. We'll find out which Tory MPs actually voted against it, but there weren't very many of them. I'm joined now by the former Brexit Party MEP and Director of the Academy of Ideas and, of course, member of the House of Lords, Baroness Claire Fox. Claire, welcome to the, for the first time, I think, to the new...
the new studio.
New and improved Independent Republic of Mike Graham. We're still just as troublesome as we always were.
Good to hear it.
What a mess Sunak has made for himself. I mean, he's basically created this kind of, issue that he said years ago he wasn't in favour of. He's pushed it to the limit to make it somehow a bill that now passes into law. He's going to have a fight with the House of Lords. He's going to fight with everybody else in the Tory party. And for what?
Exactly. I think that the thing that's really galling is last night there was great, almost excitement in the room that we had this big rebellion and that there was all these brave, courageous Tory MPs were going to go against and going to really fight on behalf of the people. Anyway, that ended with a bit of a damp squib because in the end they haven't had the courage to go against the government. Having said that, this bill is bonkers.
It is.
Because what people want is for the government to control the borders and to deal with the boats.
Right.
And anybody sensible you talk to doesn't think that the Rwanda bill, amended or not, either which way, whether you were the rebels or not.
Everybody's given up on it.
Everyone is just like... And when you actually go and talk to... when I say go and talk to voters, but, you know, you talk to anyone, right? They'll just say they think that getting the bill through is what we want.
Yeah.
But no, that it's become symbolic.
Yes.
And I think, by the way, when it gets to the Lords, I'll find that symbolism will annoy me because all of the people arguing against the bill will be people who do not believe that the control of borders is an issue and will try and delegitimise anybody as worrying about, illegal migration or whatever. They'll try and characterise those as, xenophobic, ignorant people.
The usual stuff.
Usual.
Yeah.
So I'll then start ending up saying, how dare you?
Of course.
Having said that, and of course, by the way, I want to stress the international, the promotion of international law to stop a democratic decision is outrageous.
It is.
But I just don't want this bill to be the issue.
Well, exactly. I've just heard the same nonsense from Ivan Sampson, who's an immigration lawyer, who I have plenty of rows with, and had another one tonight, because he is of that school of thought, which is that, we shouldn't be interfering with the legal process. Parliament is not able to change international law. Well, it is actually, and I don't actually accept that that's the legal position, because, again, he is one of those who says, these are all terribly vulnerable people. Well, 17,000 of these vulnerable people have now disappeared into the countryside.
I think it's been interesting, Mike. I don't know if you've been following what's going on in Ireland at the moment.
Yes.
But I think it's interesting that a county council, Mayo County Council, has actually just voted that they're going to cut off cooperation with the Department of Integration, it's called, because they're basically saying, can you stop sending people here in these circumstances? But the thing that I liked about what the councillors across the parties said was they say it's not fair on the people, it's not fair on the refugees or asylum seekers either, whichever states they are, because they're going to get blamed for everything. No wonder we're going to create resentment. Yeah. They're going to get scapegoated.
But this is, again, I mean, going back to your time in Europe when you were an MEP, this kind of project that's gone completely haywire and wrong, that started with Angela Merkel all those years ago when she decided it would be a great idea to offer asylum to anyone from Syria who was running away from a horrible war. And everybody went, yeah, I'm from Syria. And suddenly there was 1 million people coming into Germany, and we've never recovered as Western Europe.
I think that one of the things that I'm sure that you'll discuss with, you've got a really great panel on later, and I know they've got very strong views on this, but what I think is we need to actually have a sovereign policy on what refugee status is. Yeah. Make a decision ourselves as a country.
Well, they're doing it in Germany, they're doing it in Italy, and they're doing it in France.
There is no doubt about it. The sense of fleeing from a war and terror still happening in parts of the world, but we associate that, and we do associate it with post the Second World War, people trying to get out of Nazi Germany or escaping the horrors of Stalinism or whatever it is. And that's what the Refugee Convention was. Things have changed, and you do have to say, well, let's talk about it now. You'll know. I mean, the House of Lords, by the way, it's not just like people fleeing war. The big thing everyone says is climate change. There's lots of climate refugees. And we're told that we've got to accept that the world is now full of people who need to come here.
It's nonsense.
And what I think it's discredited the honourable, generous, historic way that we've welcomed refugees. And I think we should continue to do that, but not just because people have called them refugees.
But not en masse, and not when we've got 1 million people coming legally as well, in addition, and all of that.
But also because they absolutely gaslight people and say, when people say, well, I don't think they are legitimate refugees, they say, how dare you say that, you racist? It's like, so you're not allowed to challenge it.
No, it's nonsense, absolute nonsense.